everybody, and welcome to this glorious episode of the SoKast. This is episode 37. I will be your host for the night. I am Mr. Denzel Crocker. Well, actually, I am Freddy Fazfuck, but in this case, I am Mr. Crocker. And now to name off the glorious people that will be presenting this glorious podcast to you. That's a lot of glorious, Jesus Christ. From my left, from my right, we've got the person that's miles ahead of everybody in the amount of F's that he's got. Mr. Miles, how are you doing tonight, good sir?
What's up, Denzel Crocker?
Good way to start it off. Okay, next up we've got the one that's stone cold and he doesn't show up to class very much. Mr. Nomad, how are you doing?
What's up, guys?
Alright, next up we've got the one that's superior in art, but gets an F in just about everything else. And he might be hiding fairies! I'm not sure. Mr. Superior Artist.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
Alright, next up we've got the one that throws kids into a swimming pool and goes, yeah, class, Jesus Christ, what an annoyance. Mr. Lester.
Hey, Crocker.
Hello to you too. Next up we've got Mr. Blake. How you doing tonight?
I'm good.
That's good. Next up, we've got the person that manages the documents and everything else and is here to bore you even more than me. Miss Alice, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you very much for this beautiful introduction.
You're welcome, I might be checking you for fairies later. Next up, we've got Mr. Leo King. How are you doing, good sir?
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Good for you. And now next up from, I don't even know where, Mr. Pescetti, how you doing?
Hi.
Fantastic way to introduce yourself. And Leslie, and Leslie, we've got and Leslie, we've got the illustrious Fred Fox.
That's actually Fred Ferries to you. Thank you very much, Mr. Freddy Fazfuck, my distant cousin by somebody else's mother. Thank you for the warm introductions. I appreciate that. I appreciate you not giving me a failing grade, as that would probably kill me inside. But to the rest of you, study harder. Maybe you'll achieve your dreams. But anyways, welcome everyone to the 37th edition of the Sons of Kojima podcast. This is a number of things. First of all, we've got 4th of July coming up, so happy 4th of July in the future tense to all of you that are watching this now, and maybe future tense or past tense, whether you watch it whenever you do. Anyways, usually we do the charity plug around this time. There's nothing to talk about. Charity is over. Goals are still coming. All of that good stuff. It is up to you, community. It is up to you. Get on these people's cases. We can only do it so much. Tell these cocksuckers to do their motherfucking challenges because our credibility is on the line and we'll look bad if they don't. Anyways, we've got a number of things to get to tonight. We've got a lot. And I say a lot of guest callers, a lot of viewer submitted topics, and a lot of antics. But, oh well. Let's get into a couple things. First of all, looking at our Google Doc, our personal Google Doc, we want to talk about something that has been very interesting. And if you guys can see the stream right now, you can see Mr. Freddy Fazfuck playing Crash Bandicoot 1 correctly. Now, Phil had one hell of a stream for Crash for his patrons, and there's a number of things to dissect. So first of all, let's just go around a little bit. Your thoughts on the playthrough itself, his ability to traverse the world of Crash.
Terrible. Fucking terrible. It was
Worst.
fucking... Go on.
Go ahead. You go ahead, man. You started first.
Alright. It was fucking garbage, the way that he did everything. The jokes that he made, the way he looked when he was facing the lab, the way he exploited the game for extra lives, and the way that he went about it. Fucking garbage. And this is coming from the guy that's having to edit the This Is How You Don't Play. It's fucking garbage, and I'm only on part 2. And I was there for the entire thing. Dear God, The amount of failure in it alone is a this is how you don't play. Fucking terrible.
It really is. I mean, he had like what, 15 game overs and like over 200 deaths in that entire playthrough. I mean, it was
Yeah.
ridiculous, and he kept like dying on the most obvious places again and again and again. It was just like annoying. And then even then, like you see him looking at the stream chat in the middle of it too, which was, you know, like I don't look at the stream chat. Well, he does. Apparently, he got really fed up, and I mean. Crash 1's hard, like everyone has said. It's hard, but it's not that hard where you die 200 and something times in the entire game and die on the first enemy. It just shows his lack of actually wanting to play the game. And then even then, didn't he go back into like saying that he wasn't supposed to play Crash 2?
I think so.
He was going to. The original plan was that he was going to get as far through Crash 1 as possible, and if beating it, with time remaining, he will start Crash 2. Now, he was dangerously close to rage quitting it. Watching it live, it seemed as though he slammed his controller down and said, fuck this. He took like a break without even saying it was a break, so a lot of us were left with the impression that he rage quit it, but after that he came back, played through the rest of Crash 1, and then said, you know, I'm not even starting Crash 2. Listen, we've only got 20 minutes left, which he could have started, but I would instead prefer if you guys paid me another $12.50 so that we can keep this going. So there you go, good guy.
Didn't he only play like 5 hours instead of 7?
Well, I mean, if you factor in the breaks, if you factor in the pre-stream, you got about 6 hours of gameplay. And that's being generous. That's on the generous side.
Can I ask how is 6 or 7 hours a marathon?
It's not.
It's a,
They
it's
didn't
a
even do
hardcore
that.
gaming session.
He barely even did that.
And the
Because he
fact
stopped. He
that
took a break every hour. Not even every hour. He would take
Every
a break.
30 minutes.
It was like 50 minutes.
Phil's skills were below average made the entire beat the whole game within 6 to 7 hours, which I'm pretty sure other Crash players could beat the game with even less hours.
Gosh.
I know I could.
For the
Also,
rec-
just... Oh, go on.
Go ahead, buddy.
For the record, on his Twitter, he said that the breaks and pre-stream counted towards total time, so he did say that on Twitter. he's a goddamn son. I don't
That's
know.
him trying to get out of
That's,
it.
that's very bullshit. He shouldn't even be labeling it as a marathon. I'm offended that he actually does.
Marathon's like, I want to say, straight. You can't take a break or anything. 24-hour meme run. That was a marathon. He failed, but he did it. He tried to do it. And he went like, I don't even know how long he fucking went without stopping, but that was
17 hours.
17 hours. Oh, he took a break, didn't he?
I took several breaks. I mean,
No, well, I'm talking about the meme run stream, comparing that to this.
oh, you mean wait, the
Loopholes.
meme run stream?
Yeah.
Well,
He played that shit nonstop.
He took
for,
a
like,
break
almost-
for he originally allotted himself a half hour worth of breaks, or an hour worth of breaks. He took a longer break than he expected. Then he came back. Then he passed out around, I don't even remember. Probably around 17 hours in or something like that. So, but yeah, that's more of a marathon than 6 hours, you know, with constant breaks.
6 hours is me getting on my computer in the morning and playing games.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
And, you know, every time he went on a break, he'd start tweeting and trying to hype this stream up. And, you know, I'm really surprised he actually had, you know, almost a consistent 1,000 viewers. I mean, we'd see it going in between, you know, obviously there were, you know, spots of 800, spots of 1,000, spots of 1,300, he claims, which I didn't actually see myself. But if that is true, this Crash stream was the biggest stream that he's done from my memory. At least this year.
This year, definitely. He hasn't done shit this year. That's actually worth watching.
So
People actually came in and enjoyed this, which isn't a bad thing. It wasn't the worst thing I could watch. It was funny. Other than that, not really much to say about it. What do you have to say?
Yeah, so there's that. The actual content of the stream, like we covered, was terrible. At the end of the game, he actually decided that he's going to continue, instead of putting in passwords, which also would have been pretty grimy, He decided what he's going to do is he's going to legitimately, as he claims, go back into the beginning of the game, the first levels. He actually replayed like the first handful of levels, I believe, at least twice, to farm a bunch of lives. His original goal was to find a save point, him not knowing that you can't get multiple save points from prior levels that you've completed if you've already used them. Then just decided, I'm just going to farm a bunch of lives off of this, so... It was not good at all. That was, and you can tell by the community response, there's actually, some people were joking about the amount of This Is How You Don't Plays that are going to be made, but a number of them are going to be made. Our good friend here, Mr. Freddy Fazfuck, is actually going to be making one himself. Is that correct?
Yes, it is, and I'm currently editing episode 2 of it, so I've still got quite a bit of progress to go, but I'll give you guys updates on when it's ready and when it will be up.
Awesome. Our one of our good friends, Jabberman, is going to be also doing one. And do you guys notice who else was doing one, or is that the only? Are those the only
I think
two?
Shaft is doing one.
Who is? Chaff is going to do one too. Oh shit! Well, there you go. So there's going to be a triple threat for the This Is How You Don't Play crown. And who knows? Maybe we'll do a Let's Endure of it someday. We've got a lot of requests to continue doing Let's Endures, so we'll see. We can probably do a Let's Endure some point in the near future. I'm down for it. But anyways, also, quick shout out from the chat. I noticed that somebody brought up Mr. Evil AJ 2010. He also, I guess you could call it a simulcast. He also did his version of playing the game well. So what you had was sort of a simultaneous, this is how you do play, and this is how you don't play. And what AJ did was he waited for Phil to go live, went ahead and did a 100% run in less time than Phil was even able to coast through the game. So shout out to Evil AJ 2010. And yeah, good to see you streaming again. That's awesome.
I think AJ waited for him to catch up too. For a short time, possibly.
I ended up taking a break from both streams, so I'm not sure if that happened when I wasn't watching. Might have.
I'm not sure either.
Well, can I give my? I want to give my opinion on this one. I thought the content of it was just oh my god, he couldn't play that game at all. But the look on his face the entire time, he looked like he was just so fucking depressed. Like, I wonder if his face is like that every time he plays a game, but this one, he just looked awfully angry, well, mixed with depressed. Jesus.
Yeah, go ahead, Taurus.
I see he actually had that face when he was playing Dark Souls 2 and Demon Souls on camera. So yeah, he's never happy when he's playing games. So.
Well, at least when he's on face cam. I mean, I would venture to guess he looks like that all the time. I mean, Alice hit it right on the head. A lot of us noticed while he was playing that he maintained the same look on his face throughout the entire playthrough. Just like this hunched, turn to the side. I don't know why he has his setup like that, where he has to turn to the side the whole time, but this hunched over, leaning forward, completely just like unenthused face. I mean, and then it's very interesting because if you did not see the face cam, you would think that he was somewhat having fun. You would think, based on his commentary, ooh, 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 all the stupid shit that he does. But you see him and he's doing all that wacky while he's just fucking stone-faced. It's ridiculous. It's actually kind of concerning, to be honest with you.
I'm so jealous of that. Remember that. We're jealous of that.
We're jealous of that. I mean, I'm just saying, man, that it does not seem... I've never had that face playing a video game unless I was on a very difficult part of the video game.
Yeah, I mean, it also completely changed the mood of the stream. I think it would have been much better atmosphere-wise if he kept the crash cam off. If he kept it off, it would have completely changed the atmosphere of it. Because, like you said, his face completely contradicted how his voice was, the wacky sounds he was making. But, I mean, geez. And I was watching Evil AJ's right next to his, and I think Evil AJ got through it in like maybe 1/4 the time that Phil did. And Phil was taking advantage of the game. It's not like outright cheating, but it was pretty low. I mean, he kept replaying the lower levels, I think, in order to get more lives. That was just kind of shitty.
Damn it, Alice, you took my cash cam, and now the chat is making you a hero for the cash cam. How dare you? How dare you wield that before I can even get the chance to?
Oh, jeez, I'm sorry, Fred.
We're going to have to talk about this later. But anyways, speaking of later, later on in the stream, obviously, he got to this point where he was just screaming, yelling. He slammed his fucking controller down, took his break. I mean, we were convinced that he was rage quitting, right? You looked on Twitter, everybody was like, dude, he rage quit the fucking game.
The lab broke him so much.
Yeah, that was the big one. And I don't know, just for me, looking at that, it ended up, the last few bosses he got through no problem, except for the, what was the guy that drinks the potions and throws them?
Embryo.
He gave him a little bit of a problem, but he got through the final boss without much problem. He got through the dude with the Tommy gun, and
Pinstripe.
that was it. That was your $1,250 stream. Now, the interesting part is you look on Twitter, and he's saying, what did he say? Look what I got myself into, stuff like that. And let's just remember that his patrons didn't elect these games to then be voted on. Phil provided a list of games for people to choose from, games that he's willing to play. That's the difference here, right? You look at our stupid challenges, and I just say stupid because a lot of them are very fucking demanding of our sanity and dignity, but alas,
Goddamn motherfucking turtle.
those challenges were completely done from scratch, from the people that watch, the people that want to contribute to it. Phil, on the other hand, I mean, that would be like if we said, all right, I'm willing to play Fallout 3, I'm willing to play New Vegas. If you gave just a list of games that are fun for you or whatever, and then you just say, all right, you get to choose from that. It's terrible. I don't know why he did that, but oh well. Good old Patreon.
Yep, Patreon.
So we move on. An interesting quote from Phil. I'm going to pull this up because he actually then talked about him and the idea of patrons paying for this and somehow being disappointed. Here's what he says. Now, the original quote from TG633 was essentially, listen, we paid $12.50 for this. He says paid $1,000 for it, but anyways, paid nearly $1,000 for this, and why can't he set some time away to do this until it's finished? And Phil responds, the goal was $12.50, which was only $2.50 above the next lowest goal, meaning the goal funding was only $250. Then he moves. So Phil is saying that because there was a goal under the marathon, which was 1,000, this goal only gave him $250. So instead of looking at it as I got $12.50 to do all of this stuff, he's looking at it as I got $1,000 to do the goal under it, and then I only was given $250 to do the crash stream.
That's bullshit.
But he then goes on and says, if June patrons vote for Crash again, we'll start with Crash 2 in late July, but that's completely in their hands. Thread closed. Great discussion.
If Phil was having such a great time with Crash 1, he wouldn't make his patrons pay for 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
He would have said, hey guys, I had a good time playing this game. I'm deciding to play Crash 2 and 3 probably next week or tomorrow.
Yeah.
How do you do on Batman?
I think we lost you a little bit there. What was that, Leo King?
How do you do on Batman?
Yeah, that game was barely giving him any views anyway.
Yeah, really.
And if people want to see actual post, I'll put that in the chat if you guys are interested. Obviously, the thread is closed, but you guys can check that out if you want to see the quote itself. Let's move on. Let's do a couple other things and get this the different topics that we have out of the way. Let me just look at the viewer topics and make sure they don't line up perfectly with ours so we can get these out of the way. There's that. Good. Good. All right. Next, we're going to talk about something that happened to me, something that I noticed earlier last night. So right after the crash stream, I went to my channel and I wanted to just see if there was any new activity on my channel, you know, comments, stuff like that. And I look and I got this interesting notice from, let me put this on the screen real quick, like so, and like so. There we go. So I get this interesting notice, as you guys can see on screen right now, that Machinima has placed ads on my video, which, as you guys know, there were no ads on it prior. My channel's not monetized, anything like that, because, you know, that's kind of scummy to do that based on having, you know, these type of videos. But anyways, this is the swatting video where I increased the audio so that people would know what's going on. Now, Machinima caught wind of this, and as you can see there at the bottom, it says audio-visual content manually detected. So they went and they put ads on the video themselves so that they could make money off of that video, which is ridiculous. Like, why would you, if there's something wrong with the video, why wouldn't you just flag it down? No, it's your content. You want to make money off of it because people are going to watch it. Okay.
Yep.
But here's the thing. You guys remember Phil's quote. These guys are trying to make money off of me dying. And he said that to us. Right?
Yeah.
This is the only case, from my knowledge, from any of us in the Sons of Kojima or anyone else that we talk to in the community, this is the first instance of somebody actually making money from quote-unquote Phil almost dying. So what I'd like to ask is if he has the same attitude towards Machinima.
He does.
Well, I would ask then that somebody bring this to his attention. Of course, we're all banned from the forums. He won't respond to our tweets. So if somebody, a well-intentioned fan, could let people in the Phil community know that this is going on, we would appreciate it. Because, like I said, I mean, Phil needs to know about people that are quote-unquote profiting off of this swatting incident. And as you can see, the only people that we know of that are profiting from this swatting incident be good old Machinima. And this is the crazy part. Think about this. What if Machinima takes this approach instead of just taking the videos down like this is how you don't plays? Right? Don't they get to make money from Phil without getting him a cut? I don't believe that if they do this, now I have to do my research on this, so don't take this as fact. This is just me thinking out loud, that if they monetize these videos, right, then they don't have to cut in Phil on this sort of content. And therefore, they can make the money off of this how you don't plays, stuff like that, and Phil doesn't get a dime.
To the stubborn thought.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's Machinima, though. I guess it shouldn't really be surprising that since it's Machinima.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
I mean, it's bad enough to flag it down people who make videos about Phil, but now they're profiting off it. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is, really.
So, there's that. All right. Let's get into it. This is going to be the one that is going to be very fun. I'm sure the one that everyone has been waiting for. K. Galleon's thoughts and views on the legalization federally, nationwide.
Oh.
A step into the future. The 21st century realized gay marriage being legalized. K. Galleon thinking.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my goodness. All right. So let's get into this one.
Oh, jeez.
We first find out about this via Twitter and the forums almost simultaneously. He bombards everyone who will listen to him that This is bullshit. He's going to move to Japan, which, by the way, we completely support you on that one. Good luck in Japan. Says very derogatory things about these people are only trying to make, they're only trying to scam the government and make money, and that this isn't about love, this isn't about human rights. You know, we should value tradition over the happiness of one group of people. I mean, these are just, I don't know, man. It's almost as if we plucked this guy from 1920 or something. This is just ridiculous. Your guys' thoughts on Mr. K. Galleon's thoughts?
Can I ask, does KG just say stupid shit just to get attention, or does he mean it?
It's got me curious too.
I think his dad was gay, and he has
No comment.
issues with gay people because of that.
I think he's angry because pony human marriages hasn't been officialized yet.
That's
Maybe.
it.
It's a little butthurt that gay marriage get legalized before bestiality.
Buttered, eh?
Extra buttered.
Extremely.
Lol butter.
Sorry, I had to leave the call for a few minutes. What are we talking about?
We're talking about
KG
Mr. KG's thoughts on gay marriage.
Right.
Yeah.
Those thoughts are very insulting to anyone who is gay, trans, or anything.
Absolutely.
And that absolutely offends both my friends and me because that just
That's
Totally,
awesome.
Seth. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Highlight.
Thank you.
That's a highlight.
Thank you, Seth. Thank you. Now,
Mr. Fastbook's brother.
anyway, like I was saying, it offends me because these are the people that I hang out with. And that's insulting my friends, and I'm, of course, pissed about that.
Yeah, it's understandable, bro.
One thing, go tell your brother to go back to playing Call of Duty, which is what I say to him all the time. Seth needs to go back to playing Black Ops. So, yeah. And actually, I have a view on this. I think KG's views are pretty much disgusting, and he's always talking about tradition and everything. But slavery was once tradition, and interracial marriage was once illegal, and that was tradition. And people like him, you know, they once used God and the Bible to justify slavery and how interracial marriage was illegal, and that's what they're doing now again. And people thought the country was going to burn to the ground in the past when slavery was made illegal, and when interracial marriage was made legal, they thought it was going to burn to the ground. And guess what? The country's still here. Everything is fine, and not a damn thing is wrong, and not a damn thing will be wrong in 50 years when people look back on this and say, wow, I can't believe we once thought like that. And when they won't refer to same-sex marriage as same-sex marriage, it will just be called marriage.
Mm-hmm. Well, and, you know, I mean, what KG is trying to do, in my opinion, is just sort of stir up some controversy for some attention. I mean, after a while, you start to notice that he's only making himself look bad, because the response that he's getting from everyone is not that he has a point, or not that, you know, not just that he's entitled to his opinion, but the way that he's going about it, people are like, all right, man, you're really, you know, digging a hole for yourself. You're really you're changing our opinion of you based on how aggressive you're being about this. I mean, is the would the forums even be a place to expect some sort of, you know, deep debate on this? I mean, there's not even a debate to be had. It happened, and it's a step forward as a nation. People are not going to go backwards from this. That would be like saying, all right, well, you know, we need to take away the rights of other groups of people. We need to take away the rights of women or different races. You know, after you do this, you don't go and take a step backwards after you progress as a society. So I don't know what he's hoping for. I don't know what reaction he wants out of people. But it seemed that at a certain point, it looked like he was just there to argue with people.
Yeah, it did seem like that.
I
That's
wouldn't
for
be
sure.
surprised at all.
He loves to argue about his beliefs. I mean, come on. He's argued about a lot of things to members of the SOK trying to rile us up.
Here's a good one. Here's a good quote from. We can sprinkle in quotes here and there. I don't see monkeys building rockets and flying to the moon. The moon. Humans should be able to understand their own sexuality and know not to stick your dick where it doesn't belong. Though more and more, I'm beginning to doubt my faith in mankind.
What?
Yeah. I mean, these are like very simple, like simpleton type of arguments. Like, hey, take a pee pee in the ass. You know, look, you can look on anyone's Facebook timeline and see that people are genuinely happy about this. We all, well, I can't say that definitively, but I would say that the majority of us know somebody who is, of a different orientation, of a different persuasion, all that kind of stuff. We all have different tastes in life. And I have so many people that are my personal friends that I see, that I've talked to, that are genuinely happy about this, and they feel as though that, they can feel more confident in who they are. They can feel more confident about life with their partner, different legal protections that's going to bring. I've seen the example, if something happens to me and family is only allowed in the hospital room, now my wife, can actually come in, stuff like that. I mean, it's it's a really big step forward. It's a really big change for a lot of people's lives, and to try to argue that this should be taken away just for your personal preference of, I don't know, I don't understand what he's upset about. The fact that he would have to see this, or just the fact that it exists.
Probably both.
So, anyways, any more thoughts on Mr. KG's uneducated views on the world today?
I think you need some pussy.
Ooh.
But, well, it's just strange because him and people like him, if he is straight like he claims, it won't affect him in any way whatsoever. He's not going to be forced into a same-sex marriage or relationship. I mean, it's not going to affect him in any way. It's just, I guess it just, the concept of it offends him. And he's probably one of those people that, I'll just use this as an example, like that bakery that refused to sell a cake to a same-sex couple. He would probably be one of those people that'd be okay with selling a cake to people that just got divorced and got married again, but not to same-sex marriage because, hypocrisy there.
Mm-hmm. You know what I actually almost feel like? I almost feel as though KG is of the opinion that they legalize just being gay in general. I think it's almost as though that's what he's arguing. Like, not that they've legalized like, oh man, I can't even wrap my head around where he's coming from, but it almost feels as though he's arguing that they've made being of a different orientation legal. That was previously banned and not a factor in his life, and now they've taken that away from him. So I don't know. People still have their orientations. It's this. I don't know. It's ridiculous. So, anyways, last thoughts on that. We'll move on to the next topic of the dais.
Like you said.
Alrighty. So.
Yeah, next topic.
We move on to the house tour. Did you guys see the good old house tour that they've been on?
No.
Mr. Phil, Miss Leanna have been gallivanting around their nice, debt house. And they've enjoyed that. Oh, by the way, just want to recognize, before we move on to the next topic, we've got a guest caller, Mr. Orange Lightning. Mr. Orange Lightning, how you doing today? All right. Perfect. All right. So he might be muted. Somebody get the attention of Mr. Orange Lightning at some point. But anyways, he is here. He's in the call. We'll get to him in a second. KG, not KG. Phil, Leanna gallivanting around their house, very I don't know. I mean, they sort of the tone of it was like Leanna would just be in every single shot wearing like some short. I don't know what the hell she was wearing, and she would be in every single shot. And then Phil would just generally go around and complain about how unclean the house is. Like, oh, look at Leanna's stuff strewn about the house. And then she would argue
Gosh.
back and say, oh, it's fine.
It was like, not if everything's not too hunky-dory there, if that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, sorry about that, guys. Something came up, like, literally last second there, as I was about to start talking.
You are forgiven, I hope.
I was listening anyways, I know what's going on. I watched the house tour videos.
What did you think about it?
Basically just like... Okay, first off, does Phil really need that many DVDs? I mean, he's always complaining about not having money. Yeah, he has a DVD collection bigger than probably my game collection, and I have a big game collection. You know, game and consoles combined, and that's digital included as well.
Even a man-child needs entertainment.
He's gotta keep himself entertained while he's getting all that Patreon money.
Exactly.
He has all down Blu-rays. You know how much that was cost.
Well, honestly, if Phil wanted like more space, he should just turn all those discs into like digital only, and then just got rid of them. I mean, or put them in like, does he have like an attic or something? I mean, you can store all that crap up there instead of having all those DVDs all over the place. I mean,
way I see it is you get a DVD, you watch a movie, well, unless you're like a big collector, which Phil honestly doesn't seem to be. I mean, like you get a DVD, you watch it, and then, you know, that's it. Well done. I mean, I guess you could like, he's trying to make money by selling these statues on, you know, whatever websites. I haven't been paying attention, like, because I don't care. But why doesn't he sell some of his DVDs if he desperately needs the money?
he really could.
Like, I don't know.
I mean, there's
I'm going off a
places.
tangent about a DVD collection. That's just what stood out to be the most there.
Yeah.
Saving up those DVDs for hardcore gaming season.
Yeah, he gets to sign the cases.
Yep. Mail all of them empty cases.
Yeah, sell all the empty cases to your fanboys.
Yeah, just start sending pictures of the box.
Oh, can somebody send me a link to the Google documents as well? I don't know what the documents are from here.
I got it.
Thanks. And then there was Panda Lee every like 5 seconds jumping in and out with her unique quote-unquote commentary.
She could be pregnant, dude.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
yeah, that's right.
Oh my god.
That's like incest. Phil with his daughter?
What? Nobody told me I had to put a condom on. That's fucking stupid, dude.
Oh, what? I put the condom on my dick? Wow. They didn't put that in the manual.
Poorly designed instructions.
Has anything even changed in this house between the first two, or like the first house tour to the second one?
Yeah, no idea because I don't watch them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
That's a
either.
good sign.
Hmm.
Looks of it, he's buying more shit that he doesn't need.
That's true.
Like his Blu-ray collection got bigger.
He bought the season pass to Arkham Knight. He really didn't need to do that. Like, he doesn't buy the season pass to any other game.
It's a big one, though. The one that'll give me the most views, okay?
People
was
are
the
talking
one-
about Review Tech USA in the chat. I don't know. Like, I know who Review Tech USA is. I don't know why they're. I think it's because Liana was talking to him or something. I don't know. I didn't see this.
I think the reason Phil bought the season pass was because this game was supposed to save his butt this year. Is what he kept saying. And it probably doesn't help that Phil's probably been trying to buy extra protection so he won't get DDoSed and all this other stuff now.
Yeah,
so he can protect
Liana will
himself.
DDoS him. That's what. When I heard protection, that's what I thought.
Go deal with the people outside for the swatting, okay? I need to protect my business.
More like he needs
He's
to
gonna get to
protect
the point where
himself.
he's wearing. He's
with
gonna
the
get to
human
the point where he's so paranoid that he's gonna be wearing a bulletproof vest all the time.
Yeah, he'll wear a bulletproof vest and then like one of those old like World War II army helmets. He'll just be sitting. He'll be sitting behind his couch, just hoping he'll protect himself with it.
Those things are super heavy.
Oh yeah, Phil skipped playing Yakuza 4 this week, even though people voted and paid money almost to see it happen.
Yeah, it's no surprise.
Isn't there a DSP Tries It pretty soon coming out? Wasn't that today or tomorrow?
Oh wait, for what? Like,
I don't know.
oh, I thought it was like a fan one though. But yeah, what really annoys me about the Yakuza 4 thing is that that's actually a playthrough that people want to see. I think no wait, that wasn't a voted one. That was just one that he decided, wasn't it?
That was a decided one, yeah.
Oh, well then it's one that people don't want to see. So why is he even doing it?
Views.
People
Yeah, but
for Yakuza,
yeah.
Yeah.
people paid them.
Oh, that was a
Yeah,
pay
but-
thing?
Yeah, I forgot how much they gave. They gave them to play Yakuza, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Well then that makes it worse. Because yeah, like I said,
Yeah, really.
people paid to see him play Yakuza, and you know, for him that should at least mean hey, more views. But instead, you know, he goes and he fucking doesn't play it this week. I mean, I know that Batman's out and everything like that, and I don't know how Batman's been doing views wise, but you know, comparing Phil's views to his subscribers, you know, his views never do well, you know, no matter what way you look at it. I mean, the guy's got 140,000 subscribers, I think, and you know, he gets about 1,000 views per videos at like max 1,000 views per videos.
Yeah, I think from what I remember from watching the first stream he did for Batman was when he was getting his internet problems and he kept getting disconnected and lag and all that. It went from like 800 views to like 400-ish, and then back up to 800. It kept fluctuating.
Yeah.
So, I don't really know.
Wait, was this during a stream?
Yeah, it was during the stream.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
who knows how he did. So.
I mean, I don't even think people might have even paid to see Phil play Yakuza. I think that was just a stretch goal that he put in there, and people were like, well, we're still giving him money, so... Yeah. Or they just wanted new perks or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of... You don't really hear people talking about Yakuza anymore. I know, like, it's a cult classic game and all that.
He said he's trying to beat it before Yakuza 5 comes out. And, yeah. I don't think he's gonna be able to do it.
Whenever that is. I mean, he's taken time out that he could be doing to see playthroughs that people actually want to see to play Yakuza 4. Because, like, people want to see Phil play games like, you know, Banjo-Kazooie, maybe even the classic Sonic games, and Crash 2 and 3. but instead he's taking the time out to play Yakuza, which nobody really seems to be. I think at the beginning, people were being, people were interested in Yakuza because I'd never heard of. Well, I had heard of it, but I haven't actually seen the game in action until he decided. But until he decided to play it, but then that quickly decreased.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so let's look at some more topics that we've got here. Let's go ahead and get into viewer submitted. Now, these are a number of different topics. Some of them are submitted anonymously, so we'll make sure that if you did leave your name, we will give you credit for it. We covered a majority of these being done, but here's a decent one that we might not know everything about. I just noticed it, but we can talk about the topic a little more broadly. There is a superhero game being made to be given for free as compensation to people who bought Arkham Knight on PC, submitted by Alice. So Alice, why don't you lead us off? Tell us a little bit about this.
Oh, the superhero game that's being made to be used as compensation to to the people who bought the PC version of Arkham Knight.
Yes.
To be honest, I really don't know much about it. I hear it's going to be a third-party company, and that's just all they really announced. Is they're thinking about making a open-world superhero-based game that's they're going to give away for free to the people who bought the broken and shitty port. I believe it was a port, but yeah, I'm sorry, I really don't know much about it. I think maybe Loophole or someone else here knows more about it than I do. I'm sorry.
Loophole's not here.
I know. I'm just, in the group. I really don't know much about it. I thought maybe some other people here would know, and I was just introducing the topic.
Gotcha. Go ahead, Orange.
Did any of you see the cancelled Flash game that was leaked I think it was a few years ago almost, like this open world comic book kind of designed like art style, the Flash game?
I actually saw that. Yeah.
I'm actually hoping that whatever this is, it's something like that, although I can't imagine it being like on the scale of that game or Arkham Knight. If it's going to be given away for free, I would imagine that it'd be something like what Ubisoft did with Assassin's Creed Chronicles, where it's just a little $15 downloadable title for it, just to say sorry. But I guess, like, I don't know, like, out of all the superheroes that DC own and Warner Brothers, have the rights to, that I would like to see get a game. I'd like to see, like, well, there's the obvious Superman, but I doubt this will be Superman. But there's like the Flash, and Wonder Woman, maybe Cyborg even, because I don't know, I'm a big Teen Titans fan, and that I grew up watching that cartoon show, so I don't know.
I don't see this thing about the superhero game that Alice brought up.
I have an article about it. I posted it in the chat.
Yeah, because I'm only seeing this about the PC owners get a free season pass or WB game.
Yeah, I hadn't heard about this until now either.
Yeah, I think Lester, was I talking to you about it the other day? And
No.
You know more. I can't remember who I was talking to about it the other day. You knew more than me about it.
Wait, sorry about that. I looked it up. The game supposed to be getting is called Supreme League of Patriots for free if you bought Arkham Knight, if you already claimed a refund. I have no idea what that game is, but that's what you're getting for free.
What the hell? So they're just giving out some random game?
It was made by an indie developer, but I don't know what this game's about.
Oh, so, alright, it almost sounded as though this was a new game that was being made as an apology. This is an indie developer that's just handing out copies of its already existing game. I gotcha. Okay.
Well,
that's some publicity for them.
Yeah.
You know what they could? You know what WB could do? Give the season pass for free.
Well, yeah,
They
that's a
are.
better idea.
Okay.
Well, first they gotta get the game working.
Yeah,
It says in an
that would
article.
benefit PC gamers.
It says in an article right here that they're giving away the season pass or a free WB game for those who bought the Batman PC version.
Oh, so you can get the
Alright.
broken Batman. You can get Batman Arkham Knight, which is broken on PC, or you can get Mortal Kombat 10, which is broken on PC.
Everything
Yep.
broken on PC.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
speaking of that, have y'all noticed how broken WB games are beginning on PC? First Mortal Kombat, now Batman. Mad Max is a WB game that's coming out the same day Metal Gear comes out. You think that might be broken on PC, or they learn to listen?
You're
No,
right.
I don't want it to be because I like Mad Max. Well, I like the new movie. I haven't seen any of the other ones, but still, like, I like the look of the game, and I want it to be nice on PC. I don't play PC myself, but I want PC gamers to be able to enjoy it as much, if not more, than me.
Yeah, because I was worried about that. Saying, "Wow, Mortal Kombat, Batman, Mad Max is coming out. That better not get broken on PC. That'd be fucked up."
Yeah.
All right.
What else do Warner Brothers have in development?
I'm not sure.
Nothing.
I'm not sure.
Did they ever fix Arkham Origins?
I have no idea. I played it on 360. It's less buggy, but I don't know.
I played the PlayStation 3 version. From what I've heard, that's like the most stable one, even though it crashed on me a few times.
I think I only experienced like one bug in that game, but that's mostly it.
Never crashed for me.
All right, next topic we've got on the viewer submitted docket from Mr. Nomad of all people. GameStop now selling retro video games. Nomad, why don't you start us off on this one?
Well, I only discovered it like I was checking through GameStop's site, so I do that occasionally for games because I want to get any games that are on sale in the future. And yeah, that's the first thing I saw on the site was that they are now selling retro games from the SNES era, PS1, PS2, all those.
Now,
Yeah,
a lot of
from
people,
those eras.
a lot of people were worried about that because, I mean, think about it this way, right? Let's say somebody's mother goes through their stuff and they find timeless classics, very valuable games. They send them over to GameStop because they find out that they can sell them there. Oh, I'll just sell video games wherever I'll go to a video game store and sell these. And then they end up selling, I've heard stories like this where they end up selling very rare, valuable games for a couple bucks here and there, and then GameStop makes out a ton of money off of this. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for people because it seems as though the most convenient thing to do is just to head down to your local GameStop and sell your retro games for even a fraction of the price than have to deal with garage sales, Craigslist, eBay, all that other stuff. People are generally going to go with convenience whenever possible, even if that means they're going to get less of a return on their investment. So this can be very bad in a lot of ways. I think that there's going to be a greater premium on the price of these games now, where you're going to head in there and you're going to get, I got a Super Nintendo and 4 games for $200, that's going to be fucking ridiculous. So, we have yet to see the actual pricing for these games. I haven't been to a GameStop to actually see what they're asking for, consoles and stuff like that, but obviously this is something to keep an eye on. So, thank you for bringing that to our attention, Mr. Nomad.
Yeah.
We also have...
Oh, can I just say about the GameStop thing?
Yes.
The only thing I can kind of see, like, I find this interesting because, like, it can either mean one of two things. Either the price of these games will go up or will go down, like, if you're trying to buy them anywhere else. That's just kind of, because, like, they'll either become, like, more common because they're being sold in GameStop, or they'll become really expensive because they're being sold by GameStop, who likes to make as much money as they can off, everything.
Yeah. I mean, like, I saw a few games that I have that I bought for, like, $40 on GameStop right now. They're about $34. A few of them. I'm looking at prices right now, and a lot of them are just like $12 for them. There's a few like Digimon World 1, 2, and 3 that are in the 40s, and it's ridiculous.
I'm sorry, Miles. Are you done?
Yeah.
All right. I actually think there could be some good things to this. So I think it could renew the mainstream's interest in retro games, even more like this younger generation. I think it could give them an opportunity to be able to buy these great classic games, or for them to discover retro gaming or the older consoles when they probably might not would have been able to do so in the past. Because a lot of people go to GameStop, and I think it could definitely renew the mainstream's interest in retro games. So that could be a good side of it.
Yeah,
True.
If I remember correctly, though, this is all you can only buy these off of online, I believe. So
Yeah,
you
I think I
can't.
heard that as well.
Yeah, online.
Yeah, so you can't just go to a store and say, "Hey, give me Hey, can I see a PS1?" Because they won't have it. And
Exactly.
that could also be bad if it breaks and you want to try to return it. They won't accept it. So there's also that has to be taken into account.
So basically, they're going about this all wrong.
Pretty much.
It's usually better if you buy online, because the seller gives depending on who you buy from, the seller gives specific details of what they're selling, like the item condition and stuff. GameStop, they don't really tell you. They just tell you, oh, it's used, and yeah, can't return this, blah blah blah, all that. Yeah, lecture.
Yeah. But GameStop's usually notorious for at least fixing the quality of their games and such if it's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yep. See what they do.
All right. We'll move on to the next topic on the dais. We've got, what can Kojima do after Konami stops making video games, by Anonymous. So I think we got a little bit into that, so we'll quickly go over this before we go on. Let's talk about the future for Mr. Hideo Kojima.
He could do a Kickstarter, make his own gaming company, or something like that. That's my idea. Could do something like that.
Yeah, a lot of people are actually doing that now, like Keiji Inafune, or whatever, however you say his name. I'm not exactly the best with Japanese pronunciations, but he created his own company, did a Kickstarter for the Mighty Number 9. I mean, it turned out pretty well.
Pretty sure that in terms of Metal Gear, at least, Kojima's said tons of times that he really wants this, like, Metal Gear Solid 5 to be his last one. So in terms of a Metal Gear spiritual successor, I don't see it happening. I could see him doing something like going back to an old series that he did. Like, I never played it, so I don't know if you could continue it. But Snatcher on the like, I don't know what, I think it was on Sega CD. I know that's like a cult classic game. Like, a lot of people love it. I've yet to play it, but you know, I think that, you know, he could go back to some games that he's developed on the side of Metal Gear. Hell, even do like a Silent Hills spiritual successor, like through Kickstarter or something like that. But I don't see him ever returning to the Metal Gear format after 5. Even though he said multiple times, like, after 2 that will be his last one, or after 3 that will be his last one.
Yeah.
Oh,
did you? Wait, hold on.
Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, Metal Gear Solid 4. They will never go back to the Metal Gear series, and then Ground Zeroes came out, so I don't believe him at all. So, the same.
I was gonna say, you were talking about a spiritual successor of Silent Hill is already worn out right now. Well, it's in pre-alpha. It's called Allison Roads. It's pretty much like PT.
But yeah, I mean, like how the finished product of Silent Hills, because I know that it was supposed to play differently to PT.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, I'll just go. I honestly hope he's picked up by an already established company that has the resources to put out a major release that's made or directed by him. I think if he started his own company, I don't think it would have, started a company or has a company started, I don't think it would have enough resources to put out a major release. So I honestly hope some company like Microsoft or some affiliated studio picks him up, and is also, I'll be able to get the games on my Xbox One. So that would be really cool. But I just wanted to say, definitely put an emphasis on, I hope he gets picked up by an already established company or studio. Or maybe get into another industry like film or something else, because he's a very creative guy, very smart. I think he could do pretty much whatever he wanted.
Hideo Kojima is actually a very big film fan. It shows in Metal Gear with its like 4-hour-long cutscenes, but he's been to see the new Mad Max like 15 times according to his Twitter. So like he's a very big, film critic, film goer, and all that. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him delve into filmmaking or hell, even anime. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
For me, I just want to see him produce some video games. I feel like whenever he makes something, there's a lot of excitement around it. Rebooting the Silent Hills franchise, a lot of people were excited about that. Obviously, Metal Gear Solid 5 has a considerable amount of hype about that. And whenever he puts out something, he knows exactly how to get people excited. That trailer that he put out with that really hypnotic music, it was just really good, and it just really made me excited for the game. I think that, some people could claim he's overrated, some people can claim he has an ego, but at the end of the day, he produces a very good product that a lot of people care about. And I want to see him continue on. I'm sure that he will. I mean, I'm sure that this is not going to be his retirement. This isn't going to be the end of him making video games. But this is an opportunity for him, maybe to partner with someone that's going to give him a little bit more independence. Maybe we're going to see something that doesn't have to get the okay from anyone. It just gets to be his vision. And I'm excited at that possibility. We might see a new video game with him within the next 5 years, a major title. I don't know exactly what. I believe Konami owns the Metal Gear Solid franchise, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they do.
But I believe he owns the Fox engine, him and his team, Kojima Productions. So
I think
they do have
Well-
the foundation to build some really impressive games.
I'm pretty sure Kojima Productions though was owned by Konami.
Is it now?
Like I don't think that they're a separate team. I think they're just like
I was
a
under the
division.
impression that was his team, and then that they were contracted by Konami.
Just like what Sonic Team or Persona Team is to like Atlas and Sega. Like they're divisions of the bigger kind of company, but they're part of the same company. That's what I believe, anyways. That's how it is.
That's interesting. Well, the thing is, though, when you look at the way that they've sort of censored Kojima out of the game, they've given the Konami branding and they've taken out the Kojima Productions branding. So if that was the case, don't you think they would keep Kojima Productions?
Well, yeah.
if that's
Now that you
something-
mentioned that, yeah. I don't know. I don't know for a fact, anyways. I could actually look into it right now.
Thank you. So anyways, there's the Kojima topic. Anybody else have anything on Kojima before we move on?
What did he do to make them so upset? Did he not bang their wife?
What was that? You're breaking up a lot.
Did he like bang their wives or something to make them so
Most likely.
upset?
Kojima's a fucking pimp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Let's see here. A lot of topics. Let's find a good one here.
Oh, they were a subsidiary of Konami. Sorry, Kojima Productions was owned by Konami, but they're not anymore.
Perfect. Awesome. All right. We've got Panda Lee tries to bond with Review Tech USA on Twitter, submitted by Anonymous. Well, I saw this. I'm sure a lot of us saw this. She was sort of tweeting back and forth with Review Tech. You know, what is it with her? Why does she only exclusively tweet back and forth with, like, established YouTubers? That's the only people she will interface with. She will, you know, sort of sarcastically interact with fans here and there a little bit. But man, oh man, when she wants to fucking really, you know, talk to somebody, she's gonna take, she's gonna take a fucking established YouTuber over anyone else.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I think she's looking for. I think she's looking for a new sugar daddy since the views are down the drain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised by that.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember in one of Phil's vlog videos, like the house tours, she said she wanted something from him, and then he said, "No, we don't have enough money for that, sweetie." And there was just silence for about like half a minute, I believe, in that video. It's just after he said, "We don't have enough money for that, sweetie."
That reminds me of the time when Phil said on camera that we were getting broke, and apparently gave that look to him.
Yeah, I remember that.
She tried to go after a really famous YouTuber called Uber Hats Removal.
It's really hard to understand you, man. Your microphone is really bugging out.
She tried to go for a really famous YouTuber called Uber Hats Removal.
Did you get someone like that? You know, with actual money and standards.
Yeah.
She's probably just gonna go on.
Oh no, you can go.
I was gonna say she's probably just going to continue milking every mildly successful, and I put quotes around that, YouTuber until their money runs dry, and then move on to the next one.
Yeah. What was the actual conversation though? I didn't actually see this.
The conversation, let me grab that for you real quick. Because I know generally what they talked about, but I don't remember word for word what they said. So talkative, guys. Thank you. All right, so we've got... Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Welcome, buddy.
Sorry. I think we're all waiting for each other to...
So we've got... I find it disturbing. Okay, so here, July 1st, Review Tech says, the sad moment when you fart and realize official Keanu isn't there to smell it, hashtag sadness. She then responds, I find it disturbing that not only do you have the same name as my dad, but the same humor. Okay. Weird flirting going on. All right, let's move on. Let's see here.
Wait, would she actually not mind getting suffocated by Rich, even if it was for money?
I don't know. He's got Rich as his first name, so that's what she's looking for.
I don't think she has much shame after the displays she has put on in the past, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, so I'm going to search both of their Twitter tags and get both of them in the same thing. All right, so this looks like it started June 22nd. That is the first time that I can see from this search is the first time they started talking. They talked about the Shenmue Kickstarter. Weird. That's really weird.
They're like best buddies now?
I don't know. How does she... So it started where Review Tech put this Arkham Knight PC versus PS4 comparison video, and she just responded, I like comparison videos.
That's it?
She's begging, man.
Then, so basically, he just tweets something, and then she responds to it. Here he says, the Kickstarter for Shenmue 3 well past his goal. She goes, it's been weird hearing news about Shenmue 3. 1 minute they have Sony backing, and the next minute I hear it's only Kickstarter. So it's like she tweets and then or he tweets and then she responds to it with some sort of cat picture or some sort of ridiculous bullshit.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
does
I
he
bet.
respond to any of them though?
He does. Yes, he does.
Oh, so it's not like me just like tweeting at JonTron or something like that, and then
Nope.
him just like
He
not even
takes the
noticing.
bait.
Oh god.
But it's like he tweets and then she just responds to it. That's the only thing that's been going on here. And that's like the same kind of thing that's been going on with Lord Vash too, which is weird.
Tell Phil to keep his girl on a leash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
seriously.
there you go. Pandally, Review Tech USA. Future couple, what do you guys think? You think they'll be more successful than Phil and Leanna?
I think she wants to D, and I mean debit card.
Uh-oh.
Oh damn.
With my experience, Leanna will just drag everybody downhill with her. Okay.
I don't think it worked out because
Wait.
you're rich and dicks too, apparently.
We can't understand you at all.
Yeah, man. What's going on with your mic?
So,
Wait, so what if Phil did get her pregnant and she's going off to Rich now?
All right.
He'll be a better father.
Let's be responsible here and irresponsibly speculate on this. First of all, I posted a picture up and I didn't really look at it in terms of the pregnancy angle. It just looked like she was getting a bit of a belly. But then I noticed, why is the only part of her that's growing happen to be her stomach? And a number of other people started jumping on that and saying, "Oh man, is she pregnant?" and all that kind of stuff. And then I made a joke like, "Oh man, her pregnancy test is gonna pop up DS positive and stuff like that." But let's talk about the implications of if this is true. If we were the people that called it that she is pregnant. Now, first of all, they would announce this ASAP, right? I mean, they would not let a fucking opportunity like this pass where they can get an influx on Patreon, a bunch of well wishes, a bunch of congratulations, a bunch of goodwill coming their way. Don't you think that they would fucking jump on this as soon as possible?
And that child will live knowing that its birth was used as a way for their parents to get money.
Sad.
I don't know if they would come out with it outright because they're not married yet, and I think their parents are possibly traditional or something. So I think they would try to keep it under wraps if she was actually pregnant, because I think this might be the one situation where they value someone else's feelings or something over money, or attention.
You are one hell of an
Blasphemy.
optimist.
I don't see that happening. It's Phil and Leanna. I just can't see that. Sorry. But
Yeah.
No, I totally understand.
Their lifestyle is almost the definition of untraditional, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, again, he's trying to milk the whole swatting thing for views and money and attention. I can barely fathom him passing up something that would be relatively positive and, pretty much, you can't really say anything or impeach him for having a child. I mean, he's been with Leanna for a while. They may not be married, but, let's be honest. This is the year 2015. Those things happen, and, society is not the same sort of ire at that sort of thing as it used to be. So, this is a positive thing if this would happen, and, they can get married at a later date.
Yeah.
But there would definitely be vlogs galore, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Look at Leanna's bump now, guys. I'm Patreon.
And all of it started from my bugged condom mechanics, okay?
This again.
Condom mechanics.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid for that.
We're all afraid.
Yeah,
Bad thought.
I was just throwing that option out there. It might be possible. I know her parents basically hate him. So, but yet you never know. You really never know. They
That's
could.
right.
I mean, they seem about It seems like they'd milk just about anything for attention or money. Who knows? Like I said, they lost shame a long time ago. All sense of shame, I think so. But like I said, her parents, though, just another option out there.
I think that Phil would add the baby to his statue collection that he's selling.
Probably sign it too.
He'll mail them an empty carriage.
Yeah. Oh, Dad, the baby must have got lost in the post. Leanna!
So would there be like DSP Junior tries it, like different baby foods and shit on the blog channel?
He could milk that for a lot of money if he wanted to.
Didn't Phil actually say that he he thought that having dogs would be harder than having like kids?
Oh God.
Or would be the same. That's what he said when they moved in.
They can't even take care of hamsters. I'd hate to see them around a child.
Yeah, it would. That child's life would be entirely miserable for those first few years, and then they'd grow up to be even more bratty than both of them combined if they were to keep the kid. It would be just fucking terrible, and it would be... just let's hope it never happens, okay?
I mean, for all we know, he might if he has a kid, maybe he'll stop being such a dick because he'll probably want to keep himself somewhat PG for his kid in the future. Who knows? But I doubt that.
This is DSP we're talking about.
I know, that's why I said I doubt that.
Isn't that?
Oh my gosh.
What happened?
Someone in the chat said baby birth live stream hype.
Lewis said that. Lewis is so silly. We have the best chat here. And oh my God, the community is just great in this chat. You guys are hilarious.
He'll put the chat into fathers only mode.
Ooh, that's very nice. Very nicely done. I'm gonna by next episode I'm gonna play around with this, and I'll try to get the chat into the stream. I'll see if I can do that because I feel like that would be fun to have the chat as part of the stream, right?
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
we'll try to do that. But moving on, we've got another viewer submitted topic. This one being via Mr. Orange Lightning himself, the man who was with us. So, Mr. Orange Lightning, why don't you take us away? Why don't you take it away on? You submitted same-sex relationships in Fire Emblem Fates.
Yeah. So if you don't know, Nintendo has Fire Emblem. The new Fire Emblem game is out in Japan. It came out a few weeks ago, and it's the first kind of Nintendo game, I believe, to ever have same-sex relationships in it. For because the game's split into two sections, there are some characters in different versions of the games. Like, because there's two different games. It's like Pokemon or something like that. But two different games have separate characters, and in those games, like, there are some characters who are gay, and then there are like some characters that are bisexual. But it kind of depends on which version you get, and I don't know, but I think you're able to change using some sort of magic in the game. You're able to change like the strictly gay characters to straight. I don't know. It's very weird, but the fact is, I think it's just kind of, it's nice to see that Nintendo has finally decided to do this after so long. Like, however long has Nintendo been making games that even have relationships and such in them, and now they've finally decided now's the time. Shame it took them this long, but whatever. Especially since they had Tomodachi Life that came out last year, which is a game that has, relationships in it, but none of the same sex. So, yeah.
Let's see.
I feel that it's like video game violence. Like, no one really gives a shit. I mean, video game marriage is a video game marriage. It's nice that they added that option, but Mass Effect had that option as well to have same-sex relationships. I mean, it's just a video game, you know. I know if the SJWs were here and heard that, it's like they'd get pissed, but video games are video games. I mean, you know, it's great they added it, but I mean, you know.
The thing about it here, though, what makes it different than, say, Mass Effect having it is because Nintendo were against having it in previous games that they did for some reason.
Oh, I see now.
And the fact that in Japan, well, I don't know. I know from from what I've seen at least, it doesn't seem like homosexuality in Japan at least is taken very seriously. From what I've seen in anime, from what I've just seen in general from news coming out of Japan and all that. Like I believe that same-sex marriage is legal in Japan, but I don't think it's taken very seriously at all. But to see it played up very well in the game like this, to just see it out there is pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that. Although there are those guys that marry video game characters in Japan, so they might not be too happy about that.
Let's see. There we go.
Oh, there's a chat on the screen now.
There we go.
Oh,
that was easy. That was easier than I thought it would be.
Philly, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Philly boy.
Freddy boy, you did it.
Freddy boy.
Freddy boy's done it, guys.
I just need to, like crop the top off.
They can put on your OBS, right?
Huh?
You can, I'll give you the link to it.
What do you mean put it on OBS? It is on OBS. I'm using OBS.
Never mind. My bad.
Alright.
Alright, guys, so is that it for the Fire Emblem thing? Because I'll hop out then.
I mean, it seems
else.
as though we've covered quite a bit of it. Not sure what else we need from that. So, yes, Mr. Orange, we appreciate your time here tonight with us. And there we go. Perfect. Now the chat is perfect. All right. So thank you, Mr. Orange. We appreciate your time here tonight. We'll try to reconnect with you on a future episode, man. It was great having you. Is there anything that you want to plug or anything as far as what you've been up to and where we can find you in the meantime?
Well, I don't do YouTube anymore. I don't think I've actually said that at all. So, yeah, I don't do YouTube anymore. But I'm working on some future endeavors that are bigger than that, I guess. So follow me on Twitter at OrangeLight7895. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful. All right, so that was Mr. Orange Lightning. As you can see, the stream is evolving at an incredible rate. We've got the stream chat now. I thought that was going to be a future episode, but while we were talking about stuff, I decided, fuck it, let's just put it together now. I don't know. Do you guys like it? Is it good?
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Near perfect, I'm seeing. Perfect.
Yeah, we have.
It's all-
I was gonna say we have Moogle in the chat. Now he's gone.
Aw.
Rip.
Dang it, Moogle.
What do you mean saying I just noticed you now? I'm the one that did it. How could I just notice you now if I did it? Anyways.
Because you suck.
Yeah. Well, no.
Ha!
Man,
We got you there, Fred.
Nah, well, you know, Pascal's got some things to do. He's been a therapist today, so he's got a number of things he needs to take care of.
I've been focusing on many important topics in my own life.
Mm-hmm.
Like how to cook the perfect spaghetti.
Timely, important topics. But anyways, we will...
Sorry.
Go ahead,
I
Alice.
apologize,
Take it
Fred.
away, Alice. What do you think?
Oh, I was just saying, Sing was talking to me. I should have typed that. I apologize to you and apologize to everyone here.
Well, we accept. Don't let it happen again. Let's see what we've got here. Fewer topics. Has there been any information on the NX, the Nintendo console? I saw nothing in E3, but if I missed something, it would be nice to find out about it from Anonymous. We know practically nothing. Nintendo has said that they will not speak about the Nintendo NX, which is the code name at this point, until 2016 because, quote, they don't want the other companies to steal their ideas.
Makes sense.
So there you go. I think that you know, we'll see. We'll see what develops from that. But anyways, let's move on to one bit of speculation about the NX is I'm hearing it's going to be AMD as far as the GPU and CPU, and if they're able to use the Arctic Islands architecture, it will, be on par with the, I guess you could call them current generation consoles, PS4 and Xbox One, but I don't know how they're going to get back third-party support.
It seems like Nintendo's throwing the console generations entirely out of whack with how short of a span their consoles are. It's fucking weird.
Well, it's not that they're doing this. They're gonna keep making consoles every couple of years. It's just that the Wii U didn't do very well because of its specs. It's one of the main reasons why. So they want to make a console that they can do a lot of the things they like doing with it, but also keep it up to the standards of consoles right now.
Are we talking the original Wii or the Wii U right now, Pask? Because I know a reason why the Wii didn't work too.
Well, yeah, that's the same thing. That why the Wii didn't work.
Well, the original.
They haven't focused on. Nintendo's never really focused on the hardware as much as the things you can do with the console itself.
Well, yeah.
They focused more on the motion sensing than how the graphics looked, which isn't a bad thing. Wii U, they focused a lot on the tablet. The game still looked really great, but again, they didn't really focus on the hardware on the inside of the console.
Yeah.
It's all about the physical hardware and the accessories. Nintendo, really.
Then Nintendo went and became little cheapskates and then released that one Wii that had no internet access, I think. So you can only buy it and play it.
It had an Ethernet port. You had just like a USB to Ethernet. Yeah.
It's still ridiculous.
But it was like $100.
Yeah, but it was still ridiculous.
Yeah, I understand that. But Nintendo's been known for just re-releasing their consoles in a different way, at least their handhelds. And since the Wii U was basically had the power of the 3DS, what are you gonna do about it?
All right, nothing, I guess. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with the NX. I don't expect it to be a powerhouse by any means, and I don't expect the third-party developers to just jump back on ship after the way things went. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. They did specifically say though that they want to focus on the Wii U in particular and also the 3DS, but more so the Wii U just because they don't want people to feel ripped off, and I understand where they're coming from. I guess we'll come up with this topic out of thin air. Do you guys think that the Wii U has been a bit of a flop?
Yeah, obviously.
It had a few good titles, but not enough to outsell either the Xbox One or the PS4.
Hey, at least it has exclusives worth playing.
Yeah.
But the Wii U, it's a strange case. It's not a success because they didn't sell that many. They've only sold like 9.2 million right now, I think it is. Which isn't very good because the PlayStation 4 sold that in about 7 months. 9 months maybe, I don't remember. But it's still got a lot of attraction to it. You got all those you got the Wii U eShop with all those games on it. I mean, it's all old games, but it's still a nice thing. A lot of people like the tablet. Some people criticize it for being too big, but it has its uses. And there are a good amount of really great games on it that are worth buying. Except they never lower the price ever. So a game that came out 2 years ago is still $60. Nothing else? Sweet.
Well, you go on, Lester.
Oh, you go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. I feel the specs on the Wii U are pretty weak, and I don't think I actually think it'd be a really good idea if they put out some sort of new console, even though if it's going to throw off the rhythm of the console generations, if you will. Like, they all usually release their new consoles the same year or two within each other every generation, and that's going to throw it off. But, I mean, I think it would be a disservice to Nintendo fans not to at least try to fix the shortcomings of the Wii U. I think they should do it for their fans, even though it will throw off the rhythm of the console generations. And I think they should try harder on putting out better games, not like new series, but the games I feel that continued on old series weren't strong enough this generation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is an opportunity for them to shoot for the moon. And speaking of shooting for the moon, we've got Mr. Moonman. That's right. The segue of all segues, the introduction of all introductions. Mr. Moonman, how you doing tonight?
Good.
All right, and he apparently has a guitar chord to introduce himself as well. Is that the Bard's ukulele that you've got there?
It's not the Bard's ukulele, but the Guard's acoustic guitar. And
The Guard's acoustic guitar. Fine.
Yep.
That's good. The point guard?
Yeah, the point guard's acoustic guitar.
I was thinking more bench guard. But Mr. Moon, do you have any opinions on the things that we've been talking about lately, or maybe anything that we've covered in the past?
What are you guys talking about? Wii U?
Yes.
I feel like the Wii U so far, they need to stop relying so much on gimmicks and give people the games that they really want, because they have been delaying a few recently, and I feel like if they stop focusing on the gimmick of, I know people aren't gonna like it, but the tablet, then they would have a much better aura around the console, instead of having to release a new console just to get people to buy their stuff again. That's just my opinion.
Can I ask, when this new Nintendo console come out, can we just have a normal controller? I know people like the motion control stuff, but can y'all either just give us different options? We can use a regular controller, we can go by using the Wii stick or the Wii U pad. I'm just saying, just in case people don't want to do all that, what if they just want to use a normal controller?
Oh, you can. There's the option. You can use a regular controller on the Wii U. Not all games require the pad.
Can you use a GameCube controller though?
On Smash.
Oh, that's it. Oh.
What?
Well, whatever games that have access to the classic controller, you can plug. There are versions of a GameCube controller that plug into the Wiimotes. You can just use that instead. It is like a GameCube controller.
Right.
So technically, yes, you can.
Sweet.
Ah.
But I just don't feel like having to buy a peripheral. just to
peripheral. There we go.
A peripheral. There we go. I learned vocabulary, Freddy boy.
Not just an accessory, not just a controller, but no, a peripheral.
Peripheral. Yeah. Gotta sound fancy. Learn from the best, eh, Fred?
We're glad that you're here for that.
Yeah.
This is the Fancy Cast. All right. There was a topic here. Anything else on Nintendo before we move on?
Yeah, for me.
Alrighty.
I know people are going to disagree with me on this, but I would like it if they just abandon the Wii name and project altogether and bring back the GameCube. Make a new GameCube with this generation technology, and stop with this motion stuff and just make a new GameCube. Get back to what they used to do and put out good games that didn't rely on any gimmick. Just make a new GameCube and have a real controller. I would really like that.
I agree. I want that.
I agree too.
GameCube World Order.
All right, so we'll move on. There's one topic that I guess had a lot of demand to it. We've got a topic here. How did each of you find DSP? That was submitted to us by Speed Demons. Let me get the number in correctly. Speed Demons 009. We've covered this a number of times, but there are some of us that we might not have covered. Let's start with Alice. Alice, how did you find out about Darkside Phil?
Okay, I guess I was kind of late to the party, but I found out in maybe June or July of 2014. My big brother has been a fan of Darkside Phil since he started around 2008. And so I was in a group chat with him on Skype, and he's like, I'm just hanging out in Darkside Phil's chat, watching a stream, and I'm like, oh, who's that? So he sent me the link, and I went there, and I watched the stream a couple times, but I mostly went there just to hang out with my brother, and I eventually just muted his stream altogether, and only just talk to my brother in the stream and stream chat and just hang out. But that's how I discovered Darkside Phil.
Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Let's see. Is there anyone else that we haven't covered this with? Pascal, how did you find Darkside Phil?
I was watching. I used to watch Let's Play a lot when they used to do all those Let's Play videos where they just sit there and talk over games. And they were talking about their recent one, which is the Harvester Let's Play.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked that, so I wanted to hear their final thoughts on it, see what they had to say. And then that podcast ended up turning into half about that, and the second half they talked about DSP. I listened into that, and sorry about the noise in the background. I have a very loud family, as these guys can vouch for.
Put her on the podcast. We want to talk to her too.
I think you're fine. But they started talking about DSP. I was like, this guy, he can't be real. This can't be true. All the things they were saying about him. And I decided to look some of these videos they were mentioning up. I watched their video that Slow Beef and Chip Cheesem did on one of Phil's videos a while back, and some other stuff. So it was the Evil AJ's video. I started watching that, and I watched all the other DSP Trizits, and I was like, this is amazing. It was great, and that's basically it. Sorry that it wasn't very climactic or different. It was just that.
That's what we come to expect with the one and only Pascal. Thank you for enlightening us on your introduction. I've got a good one. How about Mr. Freddy Fazfuck? How in the Freddy Fazfuck did you find out about Darkside Phil?
Well, it started when it was April 2014. I had just gotten my glasses. I had just gotten home. I was listening to some Sly Cooper music, and I see a video off to the side. This is how you don't play Sly Cooper. And I'm thinking about it, and I just decided, why not just click on it and see what this is? And what I clicked on dramatically changed everything that I thought up to that point on how someone could be so terribly bad at a game that is so simple. At first, I was laughing at it, like, this guy can't be serious. How the fuck do you play a game this terribly? But then, as I continued watching, I was just like, oh my fucking god, this guy's not joking around. And I was just like, how? Wait, did he murder any of my other games? So I go and look around, and I see, this is how you don't play Ratchet and Clank as well. And I'm just like, oh my fucking god, this I gotta see. And so ever since then, I had been keeping up with what DSP had done. I hadn't been in the community until about 6-7 months later, whenever I found out about you guys and the SoKast. I had first saw episode 7 on YouTube, decided to subscribe, and then I found out that you guys were going to do something on Hitbox, and it was the day that you guys were streaming, so I decided to tune in for a bit. And I liked what I heard, and I've been following that ever since.
And now you're on it.
Whoa.
What a fucking transformation. Awesome. Well, let's go, man. We're glad to have you here with us on the ride. This has been quite the adventure. We try to get better each and every podcast, and I don't know. We've gone pretty far for something that's for fun and that we just do for the hell of it. So
yeah, and I'm very glad to be here. And
awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Let's see. Did we cover? All right. So I know. Well, actually, Lester, how did you find Darkside Phil?
Me?
Yes, Lester.
Alright, well, let's see. I was looking for the Walking Dead Season 2 videos. First name that popped up was Darkside Phil. I watched some of the videos. They were okay. He died a lot, but I thought that maybe he was pretty entertaining, so I decided to subscribe to him. Then I saw Carl's video about him giving away empty game cases. and that's when I unsubscribed to him, and that's when I became anti-Phil, I guess.
It's always him giving away game cases. That's just a thought of that. You know, I'm gonna do a giveaway. What can I give away? Oh, game cases. That's a good idea, right?
Yep.
With business cards in them. Yep. It's fucking ridiculous. Didn't he say he was actually gonna give away those statues before too?
I don't think he ever went that far.
Did he really?
I don't think so.
I thought it was. You remember? Sorry for cutting you off, but I thought it was during like that hoarders video where he was like looking through all of his stuff and looking for stuff to give away. He was talking about like the statues and the Fallout like collector's edition with like the chips and shit. He said he was gonna give away.
I think he gave some of this stuff away.
Did he?
I know he recently gave away. I think he put on eBay or something. He gave away the Guile statue, but I think he said one piece was broken, so he glued it on. But
Really?
yeah, and the whole statues I think is like $500 something, but he dropped it to $200.
Oh wow. It's not even really giving it away.
Yeah, or something like that. I know he gave away that figure though.
Mm. I mean, Jesus.
All right, anyone else got any more Dark Side Phil stories? Like, how'd you meet Dark Side Phil anymore? Come on.
I already. Whoa. Excuse me.
What?
Excuse me.
Were you gonna say
Excuse me.
something?
You coughing up a hairball?
No, you go first, man.
No, I was just gonna say. I already said mine, but a while ago. I think.
Fuck it. Say it again.
Say it again. Okay. So yeah, I met. Well, I didn't meet. I've learned about Darkside Phil back in like 2010, and I saw him like one time and never watched him again until like, or summer of 2014. And that's why I really got into like, the movement, I guess.
The movement.
The movement.
Oh shit. You
And
joined
then-
the Brotherhood.
The Brotherhood, yeah. The Allegiance.
The Alliance.
The Alliance, yeah, whatever. I was 3 for 4, ain't bad.
The Coalition.
The the club. All right, I joined the club. I'll just say that. I joined the club.
The Tontine.
All right, fancy man. But yeah, I started watching him around summer 2014 again, mostly in This Is How You Don't Plays, and I just saw how bad he got, and I just became interested in it. And I think this was about the time I made my Twitter account, and that was about the time you guys picked me up for SOK, and where I've been ever since.
Beautiful. As I've said numerous times, I was looking for a guide for Fallout 3 Pit DLC on how to find all the stupid ingots. And I ended up typing in Fallout 3 The Pit walkthrough. And what I ended up with was Darkside Phil, because at the time, and I believe he still does this now, I'd have to check because the search results haven't been as nice to him anymore. But from what happened to me, I believe he used to and still does tag his videos as walkthroughs.
Mm-hmm.
So it ended up popping up in the search results. And I went to that. I heard this ridiculous drunken man yelling and screaming about all kinds of stuff. And at that point, he was a bit different, so I thought it was kind of funny. And from then on, I started just looking through a bit of his playthroughs. Obviously, he wasn't live streaming way back then, so I was looking for a guide for steel ingots, and I found a Dark Side Idiot, which is fantastic.
A DSI, if you will.
Yes. And I think that covers everybody that we aren't sure of. I know Nomad said his story. If you want to cover it very quickly, you can.
Did I say mine?
You have before, but you can again if you'd like to.
If you want
Okay, I'll make it.
Say it again.
All right, I'll make it quick.
All right.
2008, I was looking up playthroughs of Spider-Man: Way of Shadows because I was hyped for that game in 2008. And then, while I was looking up a bunch of LPs of it, I did discover Dark Side Phil playing it. I noticed the way he recorded it. It wasn't like today where he splits everything in half. It was like covering the game. Like there's different sections and stuff, and the playthrough was like 20 parts or so, if I can say. So it was like, okay, he got the camcorder quality, which is not that bad from what I've seen. His commentary is decent. I watched him ever since. Then I stopped in 2014. Early 2014.
Were you gonna draw him fan art?
You should have. Yeah, you did. You should have drawn him some fan art, man. It would have been fantastic.
Oh, did I tell you this once? I think I said this before, but back when I was a fan of his, you already know about that series project. So everybody knows about that. I was thinking about when I was this is the thing about I was I didn't even know what I was thinking back then. I wanted to animate his Project 7 series.
Oh my god.
I wanted to animate it,
Jesus
but I didn't do it.
All right then. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I didn't do it though.
That would have been the
Thank
superior version right there.
Because I said, "Oh man, these effects are terrible. I could probably do something with that."
You would have went and remastered the entire Project 7 just because you felt like it.
Yeah, and I was thinking. And I also just thought. If I did this, maybe Phil can. We could work together. We could do more. I was like, no. What the hell was I thinking?
Well,
I would never take on a mentally ill motherfucker, okay?
Okay.
you would have been working for free, man. I just wanted to tell you that.
Yeah, I wouldn't get paid for it.
Actually, I think the superior version of Project 7 is Howard and John, and that's it.
Ooh. I know we mentioned this before. Remember, you guys remember when Phil was getting mad and jealous because people said that John Rambo was really... People were laughing a lot at the stuff he was doing. And he was like, well, I mean, like, I wrote it.
Oh, yeah.
It was great. But, all right. So that
all I gotta
covers...
say... Wait, hold on. So, Phil, all I gotta say about this, why'd you give John all the best lines?
Ooh.
Somebody's got to deliver them.
Yeah.
Liver.
He's got a nose for that sort of thing. So, anyways, we have covered how we met Darkside Phil. Let me look through the list again, and let me just make sure that we haven't left out anything that we are capable of covering. Some of these things will carry over to the next week. We'll do some research on them because some of these do require a bit of research. And being the most disorganized podcast in the history of podcasting, it's not like we do our homework and research these ahead of time. So,
We're not going to do a professional podcast.
That's
we aren't
right.
about that.
Unless you pay Pascal money. In which...
Donate to his Patreon, okay?
And then he'll do all the research.
Yep, all of it.
$2 million Kickstarter. All right, Sing Long asks, our thoughts on the Trans-Pacific Partnership Treaty. It's bad.
Kill me.
Yeah, pretty bad. That's about all I could say about it.
All right. Tales of Symphonia coming next year to Steam. Pixel Buster. We could use a weeaboo like Pascal to talk about that.
Hi. Okay. So, Tales of Symphonia came out on GameCube. I want to say around 2003, 2004. I'm not 100% sure. A lot of people really like that game. And that is going to be a really weird port for PC. I don't know how it's going to control on keyboard and mouse. But I'm excited for it. I don't know why. I just am.
No controller support for it?
There's got to be controller support, of course.
You could just use X-Pad.
It was a GameCube game. It recently came out on PS3 in HD, actually. But I think it's a really cool thing they're doing. I'm hoping they port more of the games. I'm hoping they finally put Tales of Vesperia on something else so I can finally play that stupid fucking expansion they never get sent to America. God damn it. But other than that, it's great. Also, if they get enough pre-orders for Tales of Zestria, which is the next game coming out in the series, which is going to be on PC natively, they're going to give you everyone who pre-ordered a free copy of Tales of Symphonia, which is great. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right.
I have no comment on...
What about Tales of Asparagus? Are they going to put that on PC?
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping.
I like Tales of Asparagus. I've never played it. I don't want to play it. I just want to have a box on my desk that says Tales of Asparagus. So,
Stole my joke.
I think that covers that. Is there anything else with Tales of Symphonia going to Steam for the P-Sizzle that we want?
Well, it's the HD version. I know that,
Ooh,
but I
Hi,
don't
Jeff.
know if they're putting the sequel on there with it.
that's pretty cool.
That's yeah.
Let's see. Question about AJ. I mean, he's in the chat. Somebody asks, will AJ do This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 5? So take it away, AJ, in the chat if you
Fucking almost.
had some sort of response to that. Why don't you update SOK Reacts? SOK React, you mean the Let's Endure? I have. If you look at it right now, it's up to date. All the voting. We probably will do a Let's Endure at some point here in the near future, but no solid plans on that because a lot of people are busy. Now that it's the summer, people are actually going outside of their homes, and that sounds like a really weird way to say
Now
it.
that
but
we don't have responsibilities,
now
we're
that
trying
it's
to
the
avoid.
summer, exactly. Now that it's the summertime, people are out and about, experiencing the wonders of real life, and
We're getting out of a parent's basements. Really going on here.
yes, the sunlight has been such an obstacle. It's like the Fallout 2 video that plays right when you start the game, where you have to put on the protective eyewear, or else your eyes get burned all the way through. Sort of like that. Discussion about Fred's new favorite wrestler, Dirty Bucks Belmar, submitted by Be Awesome One. I hate him. So if you guys aren't aware, there's this wrestler in CZW. His name is Bucks Belmar, and what he does is he puts his hand on his front, and then he puts his hand on his back, meaning his genitals and then his ass, and then he slaps the other wrestler in the face. And I saw this clip where he does both of those things, gives himself a little bit of the front, gives himself a little bit of the back, slaps the guy in the face, and he walks over to his corner, in which his tag team partner hawks a loogie into his hand. He then hawks a loogie into his hand, a real one, and then proceeds to slap the guy in the face. This guy is a danger to the society. I think that he should not be allowed to do any of those moves to anybody, and I think we should just put him down as a concern of public safety. So there you go. There you go, Be Awesome One. Awesome question from Be Awesome One.
Was that the one that looked like the member of the Village People?
No, that was another guy. This was the guy that looked like a bootleg Dean Ambrose.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. I don't know anything about this one, but I'll just put it out there in case any of you guys know about this. Two guys from Andromeda's and Corey Cole's Kickstarters and the fan-made Space Quest sequels. I don't know what that's supposed to say. Segal's Incinerations and Volhall Strikes Back, which were really fitting endings by Anonymous.
Oh.
I don't know.
What?
That's our answer. What?
Okay. Worst bugs you've experienced in games via Anonymous. Man, Anonymous is really coming through on the viewer submitted this episode.
Yeah. So let's take the reins on this one.
Worst bug I've ever had in a video game. Man, I've actually been pretty lucky with bugs. I had the one that everyone was getting on Dying Light recently, where your survival goes, your stats reset themselves. So I ended up with strength and agility fully maxed out, and survival was low, and then I had to grind to get that back up, because I won't use a trainer like Pascal here. But man, bugs. I don't remember any really game breaking bugs that I've ever had.
Oh, I remember.
I remember one.
Go ahead.
The entirety of Fallout 3.
So I was playing Ratchet and Clank Future Tools of Destruction, and my brother, being the dick that he is, ended up turning off my PS3 while I was moving to another planet. That ended up corrupting the save, and I had to start completely over.
Ooh, I would have punched him in the mouth.
Ooh. I remember I was playing Fallout New Vegas for PS3 before I kept falling through the floor and went right as the game started when you're at Doc Mitchell's house. Yeah, I just kept falling through the floor over and
Sure.
over.
Sure, that wasn't Fallout 3?
Nope. Fallout New Vegas.
New Vegas.
I actually remember one bug I experienced from I was playing Assassin's Creed 3. I think I played it in December of 2012. Yeah, December 2012. When I got the game was buggy. There was actually one part of the game, because when you play an Assassin's Creed game, if you go to like a new area, I wait for it to load, right? I was on my horse and all that, and then when I load the new area, my character and the horse both got stuck into the ground. I couldn't do anything for like a minute. I had to restart the game. Some buggy stuff, man.
See, I thought the bug was going to be that for some reason you couldn't turn off your console, so you had to keep playing the game.
Are you done, Spear?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. The worst bug I ever experienced in a game was a couple of them on an MMORPG. On RuneScape back in 2001, I got a really rare holiday item called a Santa hat, right? So fast forward to about 2011, these Santa hats are worth a lot of money, about 200 million gold. So someone asked me how much the item's worth, so I trade them, and in the trade menu you see how much items are worth. And this person hacks into the game and forces the trade, which has 2 screens to confirm. It forces it to trade it over to him, even though my cursor wasn't anywhere near the accept button. And that really sucked. And then there was another bug back in, funny enough, it was on 060606 back in 2006. These people hacked into the game and basically were able to kill people anywhere they wanted to, and they just killed a bunch of people and took their stuff, which really sucked.
That's not really bugs. That's just people being dicks.
Yeah, those are people being assholes.
Well, bugs, hacking, exploiting bugs. I consider that the same stuff.
Yeah.
But they definitely were hacks or bugs that were being exploited.
I assume you didn't get your Santa hat back.
I had a few of them that I got. I got it from the event when they were dropped back in 2001. So I had a few of them still. But I mean, it still really sucked. I had that thing for like 10 years, and it was worth a lot of money.
In your face, Pascal. Speaking of Pascal, we had a request from I Was a Young Boy. He would like for us to slander Pascal for the entirety of the podcast.
Too late now.
Well, the unfortunate thing is it's 8 o'clock. This podcast should be running down.
Perfect. We'll wind down with slander.
Yep.
So let's go around and let's see what kind of slander we can put on Pascal before we wrap for today.
Well, I think he's a little bitch.
Yeah.
How much do you guys hate Pascal on a scale of 1 to 10?
I would say a 12.
Yeah, that seems about right, yeah.
I'm going to go for a 13.
Why, your age?
Oh, that was good. Well, Pascal.
I wish I could be young again.
Well, I'm going to school everyone here and Pascal. Well, Pascal, you are mildly annoying.
Oh,
Boom.
Damn.
Okay.
Wow.
How dare you? Get out.
I think that Pascal litters. I think that he jaywalks. And I think that he commits first-degree murder from time to time.
Oh, that jackass.
Only like 3 times a year. It's not that big a deal.
Not bad.
But yeah, I for me, you know, as we talked about earlier, with Pascal being a part of the group, that is the longest and most difficult charity challenge that we're going to be doing, is to accept Pascal as part of the group here, because you know, as Pascal said, we're sort of stuck with him now, and you know, it's just about us digging deep. It's about us really coming together as a group and taking it one day at a time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that, Pask?
Yeah.
So, there we
I
go.
personally think that this fucking mentally ill hater is one of the worst people that I've ever met. He's such a fucking weeaboo trash, and he should go kill himself, okay?
You should give him an F.
Okay, fine. You not only get an F, and you not only get a double F, you get a fucking super F!
Damn, Crocker's swearing on this one. Pascal has made Crocker swear about this. What the hell?
You goddamn right he did, Mr. Frederick Fox.
All right, so Pascal has successfully gotten a gif of a panda pulling someone's IV out onto the podcast. So, hello YouTube, hello live stream. There you go, Pascal with the panda that is fucking shit up.
Wrecking shit.
Awesome.
One that snap and turtle good bite your dick.
You never
Pascal.
seen those commercials, man?
Oh, yeah. Let's give the update on that one. So, what we've decided is we're going to be a bit of a humanitarian here, and we're going to allow Pascal a choice. He is an independent woman, and he has the right to choose. What we're going to do is we're going to allow Pascal to choose whether he has his penis bit by a snapping turtle, or, shout out to PETA, if Pascal will bite the penis of a turtle. And we think that this would allow for a little bit more degree, a better degree of flexibility in the challenge. And I think that this will very much bring Pascal closer together with the turtle community.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what we're looking at as far as penis biting. It's going to be some form of human penis biting reaction, and we're gonna get some form of. All right, Pascal. So there's a gif of a snapping turtle there. Is that yours? Is he practicing? Are you guys practicing for this?
We're getting ready. We're getting ready for the big day.
So, have you guys chosen yet? Is he gonna snap your dick, or are you gonna suck him off?
We've decided we're gonna play a game of rock paper scissors, or rock paper snaps before we end up doing
paper,
this.
snaps. Snap scale.
Snap.
Come on, snap scale. How about you guys just do a 69 and bite each other?
Oh.
The solutions, man. We're thinking about it. We're trying to decide what's best for the community, and what would be safe to play on Hitbox.tv.
We're humanitarians.
Yeah.
We don't want the Bible Black situation to happen all over again, so we'd like to think this one through very well, and hopefully we can find a solution.
Yeah, and
that
Charity
makes
Water,
Fred upset and makes him cry.
Charity Water told me personally that if we don't get the turtle biting the dick, that we're not going to get that money towards the cause. So this is definitely something that they're interested in, and it's going to decide the fate of the SoK water. So it's a very big day. And we also have some breaking news here that Mr. Moonman, provided that he can be purchased the supplies in which to provide the stunt, in order to perform the stunt, Mr. Moonman here will be sampling one of nature's gifts. He will be sampling the #1 ranked hottest pepper in the universe.
Yep.
The dreaded Carolina Reaper. And what quantity of peppers are you going to be sampling, Mr. Moonman?
What quantity?
Yes.
5 nooks.
Five what?
5 nooks.
Nooks?
Yep, nooks.
What the fuck is that?
Oh no, peppers.
So peppers, a unit of pepper is a nook?
Yeah,
Let me get 1 nook of jalapenos?
Yeah, I need 1 nook of Carolina Reaper.
Alright, well...
Or like nuclear, man.
Yeah, that's maybe how they rate Carolina Reapers.
Nooks.
But, alright, so... Mr. Moonman, are you excited about the Pepper Endure?
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be that hot. I mean, I think I'll just have like a glass of milk on standby just in case.
Do water instead, you know?
Yeah, water, maybe a bit of soda to
Chase it with hot sauce.
Chase it with hot sauce and coffee. I'm pretty sure that would actually
5 Carolina Reaper. Now, the most important question that I have for you is there a hospital nearby?
Yeah, right down the street, actually.
Perfect. And you are going to be traveling that street the day that this happens. So we wish you the best. No more turtles. That's good. Oh, look at the little turtle. Look at the little turtle.
I like how you like turtles, but you hate cats.
No, because cats fuck up your whole life, whereas turtles...
Let's not talk about cats.
All right, perfect. The less said about those fucking damned creatures, the better.
Hey, I
agree,
love
Torres.
cats.
We will go ahead. We'll wind down. We've taken 2 hours of your day, and we also appreciate everyone who was tuned in during, what was it, Hate Live or Ask the King? Whatever Phil was doing. Phil was doing a live stream. Anyways, we appreciate that. We hate to try to make you pick and choose, but obviously we are committed to the 7 p.m. Eastern every Thursday. We don't want to break that routine, and we don't want people to be lost and confused and without this in their lives. We have what you need, and we are the suppliers.
Yep.
So we'd hate to deprive you of it. Anyways, thank you guys very much for tuning in. We will go ahead. We will wind down. We'll see what people have been up to and where we can find them. So let's start. Ladies first. Miss Alice, where can we find you, and what have you been up to?
You can find me at 7 in Context on Twitter, and Alice7 on YouTube, where I've been uploading different videos like Battlefield 4 online matches and etc. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been up to. I'd like to thank everyone for coming here and submitting their topics. Thank you.
Yes, and also shout out to Alice for having our backs with the docs. If you haven't noticed, not only is the doc being procured by yours truly, but also Miss Alice here will be also helping out with the doc, providing some editing skills, some nice grammarification. So if you don't have the best of spelling and grammar, we will still get the message. Thanks to Miss Alice. Thank you very much for that. We also have the vociferous Lester. Mr. Lester, where can we find you, and what have you been up to?
Well, besides hanging out with Asa, you can find me on Twitter at Lester Weiss. You can find me on YouTube at Anokafo. You can find me on Twitch, where I do the Onocast every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at twitch.tv/Anokafo. And have a good night.
And if you MFs are not watching the Onocast by now, you need to get your fucking asses over to Anoko Pro's Twitch TV. And this guy here has reached 10 episodes of the Onocast. Now, we like to think of the Onocast as sort of like the sibling. I don't want to say the sister cast, but this is a sort of a spin-off of the Sons of Kojima podcast, where Lester here keeps the cast small, gets to have a nice, in-depth, intimate conversation with his guests, get to know them, give them an opportunity to speak their minds. So, Onocast, check that shit out. Remind us, Mr. Lester, where we can find the Onocast, and when does it occur?
You can find the Onocast on twitch.tv/Anokafo every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time.
And if they somehow can't catch it live, where can they find the replays at?
I'm about to post the playlist right now on the chat. Hold on. There.
Beautiful.
It's in the chat.
Beautiful. The latest episode, episode 10, had Miss Alice, Mr. Che, and yours truly, and of course our illustrious host, Mr. Lester, for the Onocast. So check that shit out if you want to see the SoKast in smaller doses, I guess you could say, and get to know us a little bit better. Onoko always has like these off-the-cuff questions for us. I personally like to go in there as a complete surprise and not know what the hell we're going to be asked, but I think that's really good. He also lets you guys do Ask FM questions and all that kind of stuff. So, and I'd love to plug this. He also usually has the DSP video of the week, and guess who's been winning that shit quite often? Yes, sir. So, moving on, we also have the is there a P word that has to do with turtles? The primordial Pascal. Where can we find you, and what have you been up to?
Well, you can find me on YouTube at Pask4L, and you can also find me on Twitter at Mbugo Senpai.
Beautiful.
And I have been playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV. Like, I'm talking an unhealthy amount. And that's it.
Get some sun,
I'm
dude.
so sorry, man. I hope that you can get out of this rough part of your life, and we wish you the best, man. We hope that you can get well.
Thank you.
We
Hope you
move
get out.
on to Naughty Nomad. where can we find you, and what have you been up to?
Nothing much really. Just playing Mercs 2, just here and there, and yeah, just been pretty much doing that. You can find me
Beautiful.
on Twitter, which is at the Dark Lurker. My YouTube is Nomad510. And I might stream Slender again in the future time.
Slander.
Ooh.
Slander, yep.
Shit. All right, we got Mr. Moon Main. Where can we find you, and what have you been up to, except for that stupid cat? If you bring him up, I will kill you.
So yeah, my cat Tom's doing pretty good, but you can find me at Twitter at Moonman_SOK, where I post the finest poon, asses, and tits. Again, you can find me on YouTube at Mr. Moonman, and I should be doing the MLP. You forgot to mention that, Fred. I should be doing the MLP marathon. If it's not this weekend, then next weekend, as long as I have somebody to record it. So KG's gonna be looking forward to that.
Oh shit!
But yeah, probably not gonna be streaming it though.
As long as there's no episodes with gay marriage, he'll be completely fine with it.
Exactly.
Perfect.
So, that's me.
Alrighty, we've got the let's see. Ah man, I'm trying to think of a superlative for this one. The Furious Freddy Fazfuck. Where can we find you, and what have you been up to other than giving everybody Fs?
Well, my Twitter is at TTSBB1. My Twitch is at TTSBB1, and I have two YouTube channels. One named TTSBB1, where I post. I don't post it much anymore, but I mean, I will be posting like what I had from my Spyro stream over the weekend. That's on there. So if you want, go check that out. And I also have another YouTube account that is actually named Freddy Fazfuck. I keep that on. I'm going to be keeping that for the This Is How You Don't Play, my DSP videos, that sort of thing. That's what that channel is going to be.
Beautiful. We also have Mr. Superior Torres. Now, I think he has a little bit of background noise, so I'll go ahead and I'll plug him. Instead, you can find him on Twitter at BadassArtist100, where you can find all of his fantastic artwork that he draws on a semi-regular basis. He is probably one of the most talented artists that the SOK has ever known. In addition to that, you can also find him on YouTube. You can do the Superior Artist 10,000 on YouTube, and you can find that. He's got a number of different animations and stuff like that. So special shout out to the Superior Artist, and we hope that you can, continue to provide the art that we need in our lives. So thank you for that. And special shout out to Blake, who I don't know where he went. You can definitely don't find him on Twitter. I will save you the heartache of having to look at that abomination of a Twitter. And myself, I am Mr. Frederick Fucks. I can be found at TIHYDP on Twitter, the acronym for This Is How You Don't Procrastinate. Trying to come up with an acronym for that. You can also find me on YouTube, /it's Fred Fucks, or you can just type in Fred Fucks in your nice little, search bar. You can find me very dapper in a suit, black and white, of course, as is the times around here. And I guess we'll give you guys one final F, and that stands for farewell. Thank you guys for tuning in very much. We appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the viewer-submitted topics. If we did not get to your topic, don't worry. We'll keep it in the queue. We'll revisit these. We will look back on things. We will research these things if need be. Thank you guys very much for your participation in the chat. We appreciate that. And, as always, we love you. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Peace.